Nobody wants that besides me.
Yeah.
I guess maybe we'll give them something they may want, which is called a news.
Let's do it.
Gather round, folks, it's time for the scoop. Tune your ears in, let's join the loop.
Well, all right. He said we got to do it. Let's do it to it, kids. All right. Help if I fucking put that slide up. All right. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. The Woman in the Yard's Danielle Detweiler and yesterday's Himish Patel are set to be the co-leads in Ryan Coogler's X-Files reboot. I feel like we might have talked about the fact that Danielle was in it a few weeks ago, but we just got word that Himish is in it. And I'm like, I like that guy. I don't know her as much, but I feel like these two together could be strong.
I'm excited for this. I think this is definitely the type of person I like their creative track they've been on. It's something that will bring back a well-established title into a more current audience. Not to say you still can't go back and enjoy the original series, but
sure,
there's aspects that are dated that I know a younger audience probably wouldn't quite be on board with everything the way it's portrayed. But hell yeah, this should be fun.
Now, my only scare is, like, yeah, I get Coogler is, like, on a tear with the fucking Sinners and everything, and he's a great director, great writer, but when I think about his producing, that's where it gets a little dodgy. Like, he did Ironheart, which I liked, but I feel like a lot of people didn't like, but then he made a movie that really pissed off a lot of people, or by made, he produced a movie that was so heinous I can never watch again. A little movie called Space Jam Legacies. Like, if you fuck up Space Jam, could you fuck up X-Files? I hope not. I feel like it's more aligned with Sinners. And I feel like everything else what he's done hasn't. Like, Fruitvale Station doesn't go hand in hand with Looney Tunes. Creed doesn't go hand in hand with Looney Tunes. Maybe Marvel might, but I don't know.
I still think, but not that kind of Marvel. Not not the flavor he's been sharing with the audiences. I think Space Jam is just it's a little too out there. For that sort of formula he's been working on. And like you said, it's the producing chair is a very different one than the director's chair or the writer's room and things like that.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have that direct influence as to what's going on screen, then
and I would hope that maybe he would shoot a couple of episodes. Maybe he would like do the pilot, hopefully, and set the tone. Yeah. And I imagine that's the case. And I guess Gillian Anderson has had talks with him, and she says like there's some crazy shit coming, and it sounds like maybe she might pop up. But it's weird that there's been radio silence on fucking David Duchovny. Like, I feel like if you're getting one of them, you kind of want the package deal to pop up, but I don't know.
Or it could be a deliberate move too. Keep the hype
True.
up. Oh, we're not hearing about him. We're not hearing about him only because they've already shot out his like cameo. And that's like
it's supposed to be a surprise
or something, like reunite Mulder and Scully for a moment. Just like,
when was their last version? Was it like 2019 or was it in the 2020s when they came back for a second or third dip into the X-Files pool? Because I know they did one when we were in college, and then I felt like they came back and did another one.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I don't recall.
Remember the year. Was that pre-COVID or just as it was cracking off?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I got to look this up. X-Files. Because I'm asking the hard-hitting questions, folks.
Right.
That nobody... Okay, all right. 2018 was the last season. So,
all right.
before COVID. So, almost 10 years since we've had them.
Right. Well, it's about due. I think it's subject matter that will always be of interest.
100%. So. Especially, like you said, nowadays, all the technology and beliefs of what's going on in the world, like, totally lends itself to this style of storytelling.
Oh, totally, yeah. Misinformation, distrust of public media, and things like that all easily play into X-Files storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
So acknowledging aliens.
Right. And I believe this has been picked up to serious. Like, I feel like it'd be crazy if this also, they shot a pilot and axed it like they did Buffy. Like, that'd be crazy if Hulu's like, we're taking the stand here. But, yeah, I'm hoping that this is a go. Like, how do you not have the X-Files go? But we said the same thing about Buffy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Maybe another network or someone else will
True.
Buffy, too. I'm still kind of hoping.
Yeah.
to have brought so many, not just cast members, but the creatives back to get that thing going. Like, oh man, that's too bad.
Yeah. So I guess, it totally makes sense. Give it its shot and do justice. And
yeah,
hopefully we'll be seeing this within the next year because, I mean, shows don't take that long. Like, it's not going to be 2028 when we get it. I feel like September 2027, most likely. So, yeah. But another fan favorite show here, Dennis. Nathan Fillion recently announced that he and his fellow Firefly castmates are reuniting for the first time since 2006's big screen outing Serenity. This time, the gang's coming back together to make an animated Firefly series. I'm not a fan of Firefly. I tried and I couldn't get into it, but I know it has a massive following.
Yeah.
You ever fuck with it?
I didn't get to watch it when it was coming out, so then I've been told since then I would very likely enjoy it. I had a family member just was flabbergasted. I'd never watched it before. I was like, oh, okay, it's not like it. All right, I'll give it a shot though.
I mean, I gotta say, I like the cast. You got Nathan Fillion, Alan Tudyk, Adam Baldwin. I assume there's other people in it. Summer Galu. So it's like, but I'm kind of afraid because I know this has nothing to do. Josh Whedon's not coming in to do this, and I wonder if that might be kind of the connective tissue that made Buffy not work. Like, because that guy, whether he was a shithead or not, people really connected to the way he wrote. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to redo that magic for the fans, and it's not just going to be a huge letdown.
I mean, I guess that's a fair question to ask because we're about to get some more of that again with the HBO's new Harry Potter series. Like,
very true.
Revisiting
Chris Columbus isn't there, and J.K. is there. Yeah, that's the thing.
The charm that made the movies work and set the tone for what the rest of the films ended up being, and then you know. The beloved cast that was there. This is an interesting experiment. It's like, okay, let's do it again, but be closer to the books. Let's draw out more storyline from that character. This is an animated format of this show. Not knowing the story, that's immediately what you could start doing. If you don't have that commitment of bringing the cast in every day, building those sets and all that stuff, this actually cheapens the cost of the show quite a bit.
It's a sci-fi show, so it costs a lot to build that world, and the cast has gone on to become big people. It's like, they come in a voice booth, they shoot their shit in a day, and then the animators cook it up. Easy. Makes sense. Surprised it took so long to do it. And they're not going to age. They can be the same age as when the movie came out. And
exactly. Which was going to be my question. Not knowing enough about the storyline. Is this supposed to just continue right where those things left off, or has time...
That's a good question. I don't think they speculate. I just think they're like, hey, we're doing it. And it's interesting because because I like Nathan Fillion, so I follow him, and like he's been, before they made this announcement at like some type of con, like he was like shooting videos with him and the cast, like teasing something's coming. So it's like, all right, and then it's like, all right, that makes sense. Like logical step. I thought maybe they'll do like an audio drama or something, but I guess why not visual as well?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it should be exciting.
So, right. Hopefully it pays off for the fans. They've been waiting a while for something like this. Speaking of waiting a while, Dennis, Logan Lerman and Emily Bader are set to start a Netflix reboot of 13 Going on 30, and Jennifer Garner will be the movie's executive producer.
Awesome.
I don't honestly think I've ever seen the original. I've heard it's charming.
It is. I remember seeing it in theaters, but it's also when I had a huge crush on Jennifer Garner at the time.
Totally makes sense.
Peak Alias, like.
I mean, Jennifer Garner still got it, dude, for whatever 50. Yeah, and delightful woman, like, because it's about a 13-year-old. Because I guess that's the creepy factor that's here. Because doesn't she? She's 13, she becomes 30, and then like she starts like dating like fucking Bruce Banner. Is that what happens, or there's some chemistry there? I don't know.
Yeah, there's something where it's like she actually jumps. She jumps ahead in time.
Oh, okay. So it's not grown like a up version. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's still her, but all of a sudden now she's present day, but retained her 13-year-old mind in her 30-year-old body.
All right, so it's not as creepy as okay, good. That makes me feel a little better.
It does get weird when she's living in she's living in her New York apartment alone, and she ends up inviting the other teenage girls in her apartment building for a sleepover at her house.
Oh.
So
yeah,
that gets explained away, but it's also
fair enough.
That's all right. This is weird, but at the time it was all played off cute. So.
That makes sense. Now, I mean, a part of me is like, do we need it so soon? But I'm like, I feel like this came out 2006, 2007, maybe, or even earlier.
Yes, I'd say 6 or earlier. This was This was a bit back. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Because it was.
Do you think they can do stuff modern? Like, do you think they can change the story enough that so much time has passed, like they can make it the same but different with everything in the world happening?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was 2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fucking 22 years?
Yeah.
20. Yeah, wow. Math.
It's been a hot minute. But yeah, I don't know. That could be fun. She has a strong appreciation for that project, and I think there's definitely within our generation there are fans that are still appreciate the film, and there's jokes
and then
that
new
were
fans.
Made. Yeah, yes.
Like, I don't know this actress Emily Bader, but I do like that Logan Lerman guy. I feel like I've seen him in things. I'm like, that guy's pretty talented. But am I picturing his face right now? No, but I know I've heard the name and seen. I don't know.
Yeah, same.
So, out of my depth of knowledge. But the next story is in my knowledge here, Dennis. Emily Blunt and Cillian Murphy have signed on to star in A Quiet Place Part 3. Joining the returning stars are Jack O'Connell, Caddy O'Brien, and Jason Clarke. Have you caught up on this franchise? I don't know if we've talked about it in a while.
Yeah, there's the first 2 original main storyline, and then Day One.
Yeah.
Right? So there's only been 3. Yeah, I've seen the first 3 films.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool.
This I'm more excited about than more of the. I wasn't as big a fan as Day One.
See, I think I like Day One a little bit more. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to see where Johnny Storm's at, but at the same time, it's like, well, this family is the important part of the story here, and we haven't seen them in what feels like maybe 6 years.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't mean they can still go back and do those one-off stories or do those.
Sure.
Like, or it doesn't mean he can't show up later, and it's.
And I mean, yeah, he could be there now because all that time could have passed, and he could be wherever they're at.
Because didn't they allude to whatever ferry he was trying to get on? Could that have gone to that island that ended up being?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's like it could have
he
been.
Might not have survived.
Maybe he was in the second one and just.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know to look for him. He's already died in the future.
But the thing to me is, if I recall correctly, sorry, spoilers for Quiet Place Part 2, I think it was called.
We are just throwing it out there.
Yeah, sorry, folks. I assume everyone's seen it, and if you haven't, I thought they found the way to defeat the creatures. I'm trying to be vague now, as if I thought they wrapped everything up, but did they not? I guess, was there still the lurking impending doom by the end of the movie?
But wasn't there something like it had to be more widespread? Like the knowledge, the knowledge of how to do it needed to still get out, and
that makes sense.
If I remember correctly.
But how do you feel about this cast? The new additions: Jack O'Connell, Katie O'Brien, and Jason Clarke joining the franchise.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Jason Clarke's always great in apocalypse situations.
Right. I was a little sad. Right before they announced this, they announced a story I think you did on the Solo episode of him joining Gundam. He dropped out of Gundam.
Oh, shit.
But they have Michael Mando coming in, filling his space. Scorpion from the current Spider-Man franchise. So I'm like, I like Michael him. Mando. Different types of actors, but he's great. Yeah.
He has that very steely demeanor that I think is perfect for that world. Especially if he's one of the
one of like the lieutenants or
the ones that live that were born in space.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but I can't put my finger on it. Like, he has that, I'm doing my directive. I'm going to do whatever it takes.
I mean, we're defending our rights as well.
Right. You know. And now it makes sense, like, Jason Clarke probably dropped out of that to do this, and it's like, all right, yeah, Gundam will be great, but it might just live on Netflix. Yeah. And at least I feel like Quiet Place is definitely going to get that theatrical run, which I know that doesn't mean shit, but I feel like it's more bankable.
But yeah, better chance for award season recognition. Better, like it's not to obviously as we've seen, it's grown more and more on the side.
Yeah,
Train Dreams did pretty damn good for never. I guess it did go to theaters though, didn't it?
It had a slight theatrical run, I believe. Okay. Yeah. I mean, speaking of Jason Clarke, right? He's the main guy in that, right? Or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that's yeah, someone else.
What the fuck is his name? Now I gotta look this up because I'm now picturing his face. Train Dreams.
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. Yes. They don't look a thing alike. In my head, they were. Fuck.
They're piercing
white
eyes.
Guys. They do, but I just picture like grizzly beard and curly hair. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
One's Terminator, the other one's not.
Which is which? Okay. All right, sorry. And anything before we move on, anything you want to talk about with The Quiet Place?
No, it's still quiet. Don't be too loud.
All right, no talking. Shut the fuck up, folks. All right, Jumanji 4 was originally set to release on December 11th this year, aka my birthday, but Sony Pictures has moved the adventure film to release a week after Doomsday. That's right, folks. Jumanji 4 will hit cinemas on Christmas Day. I feel like this makes a little bit more sense in my eyes because they were initially coming out a week before Dune and Doomsday, so they probably only get a lot of play for a week. But coming out after that and on a holiday where families want to go out, I feel like that's a more viable option.
Yes, and you're consuming more movies. Like it's a time where it's more likely you're just going to go back to the theater or stay at the theater for more than one movie.
True. Yeah.
That makes sense. You don't want to. You definitely don't want to be the same week those movies drop.
No, that's suicide. Now, here's my question for you. A lot of other podcasters and people have been talking. So we know that essentially Dune has all the IMAX screens, I think, exclusively for the first 3 weeks. So Avengers isn't getting shit. And it's like a game of chicken. Everyone's like, will one of them drop out? Will one bow? Now that slot's open, do you think Avengers might move back a week to get that big screen format and get a little bit of a boost before Dune hits theaters? Or do you think Marvel's too chauvinistic to do that?
I don't think it's like if anyone's going to back down, it's going to be Sony, not.
Well, no, Sony did. Dune is Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's.
But I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Warner Brothers would probably be the one, especially with all of this turmoil going on with all the changes and all the shit up in the air. It's like you'd rather have a better bet on your dollar than a juggernaut that doesn't matter what fucking day of the year you choose. If an Avengers movie drops, that is millions of tickets. Millions.
Oh, hell yeah. And as much as Dune is like a critical darling, I just feel like it's not a box office success as much as the whole MCU as a whole.
You're right. I agree. It's not as big an audience. It's not as broad. Whereas, parents and kids are going to see Avengers movies together.
Yeah, I don't know how many kids I gotta go see Paul Atreides start some wars, man.
That's spice! Let's go!
Arachnis!
Right.
Man. But maybe they are. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe that's what kids are at nowadays. They're like blood hungry, thirsty for Arachnis and spice wars.
Look, you see kids walking around dressing up as Iron Man and Spider-Man and Thor and shit. You don't see them walking around.
You don't see little Duncan Idahos? Little Zendayas with the little fucking tube in her nose?
Right, yeah. Oh my god. Riding fucking sandworms and...
Oh, dude. That'd be a pretty dope costume. Twofer, kind of like how people are horses. Do a sandworm costume.
Right, yeah. But you have fake legs.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging off the side.
Yeah.
And then you're the legs for it.
I kind of picture now that we're saying that, maybe like how they get the inflatable tauntauns, like you're riding a tauntaun, you're riding the fucking sandworm.
Yeah, you just drag it on the ground so you can't see your feet.
Yeah.
So this totally has everything to do with Jumanji. I'm just realizing.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we haven't talked shit. But I mean, honestly, I feel like the first of the reboot-ish Jumanji that made almost $1 billion. The second one made more. Yeah, I feel like it makes sense to put out a movie like this on Christmas. I just don't know if it has the legs to, like, I feel like it'll come in top 3, hopefully, because everything else releasing in December, everything else in December is normally, like, awards baity and, like, older shit. So I'm like, it'll be fresh, but I just don't know if it'll penetrate the top 2.
No, because people are going to go back and watch Doomsday for the 5th time. Or whatever, whatever the hell.
I've already heard a lot of people like, I've seen Project Hail Mary 3 times, 4 times. I'm like, that's almost a 3-hour movie. So if you're willing to do that, you're willing to do that for Avengers for sure. Yeah. Dune will be a long fucking movie too. And people are hungry for that.
Talking to back in the day, when you and I were in like middle school and shit, and the Lord of the Rings movies are coming out, I knew people who'd seen it 10 or 12 times.
True.
Jesus.
Long ass, and those were back then that was a whole thing. Fucking not even fucking director's cut, just the regular cut, long shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like, remember when fucking movies used to be midnight movies and it was an event, and now it's like, oh, Thursday, it's 7:00, go see it. It's like I miss that like midnight vibe.
Yep. There is something. It's not exclusivity, but there's something about that feeling of we're all excited to be here and see this. I still to this day, I remember standing in line for Spider-Man 3, Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing the out.
I'm sure there was several other midnight release movies that it was great. See. We're all standing there, like.
Hey, that's when you had lines, because you didn't have reserved seating. You had to show up to get that good seat, to get the perfect spot. And you're there with your friends speculating and watching people come out of other theaters seeing the same movie. Everyone's hyped up. Like, we just don't have that anymore.
Oh, you got
which
to line
is sad.
Up inside. Oh, shit. We had to line up outside at ours.
Oh, yeah. Most of my theaters, well, I was going to say it's cold here, but it's cold in Oregon, too. So
it's funny. I'm only thinking of summer release things, so it really wasn't that bad.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I miss those days.
Story, I remember one time it was standing in line for Spider-Man 3, I think. And someone got to the roof of the mall across the street, and they'd set up a slingshot with like a gnarly heavy-duty slingshot, and they were trying to lob water balloons at us. Except it was so powerful, they were shooting straight across the street and hitting the wall like at the top of the building, like 2 stories above our heads. They only got 4 or 5 off before either they get scared and ran away, or they never hit us. Huh. Yeah, so it was just like, all right,
and those were the creators of Angry Birds, Dennis. That was the incarnation, the first version of Angry Birds. They weren't aiming for you guys. They were aiming for a certain...
There's like pigeons and shit
blocks.
Up there.
Yeah. Oh, man. But,
they were the pigs.
They were the pigs for sure, man. Fucking assholes. That sucks. Good thing it didn't hit people, especially fuck. Although maybe it was a hot summer day, so maybe it'd be cool. Anywho, let's get away from Jumanji, but let's stay in the realm of Jack Black movies. Kristen Dunst is, speaking of Spider-Man 3, Kristen Dunst is set to star alongside Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and Danielle Brooks in the sequel to a Minecraft movie. She'll be playing the video game fan favorite Alex. I feel like that's pretty good. I don't know the game, but I know she's like a redheaded character who people love.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Still got to see the fucking first one. Still haven't got.
I'm telling you, dude.
Yet. I'm sure.
It's a magical movie, man. I went in very hesitant. The trailer looked like dog shit to me. Boy, did I love it. Twice in theaters. That's the one I saw twice in theaters. Haven't watched it on Max. It's on Max, and
Okay.
It's definitely worth checking out.
If my girl Mary Jane's going to be in the sequel, then maybe I should get around to it.
I mean, I would. But, all right, so let's move on. Clearly, there's nothing to talk about there, besides I'm excited because
that's great.
That movie's going in production in a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh,
all right.
Nice.
Sticking with Kristen Dunst, she's also set to star alongside Sydney Sweeney in The Housemaid Secret, which is Paul Feig's follow-up to the 2025 smash hit The Housemaid. So she's going to be our new woman of the hour. I don't know what we call it. She's going to be the new antagonist, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't read the books. I'm just going off of what Seyfried did in the first movie.
Right.
But I kind of like the thought that Dunst is getting some more work. It's been a while since she's gotten a lot to do, and I feel like she really came back into her own with Civil War, and I liked her in The Roof Man, so it's like, good on her, getting in some bigger things. She's been doing indies for a while, I feel like.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say she hasn't been getting much. It's like, we just had Civil War on the other night. And I'm just like, God damn that. She's so fucking good in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But then she's great in like every.
Oh, yeah, she's fantastic.
You know? I forget about how long we've been a fan of hers and her work. Speaking of Jumanji, you know, like it goes. Oh, yeah,
fuck, yeah. Wow, yeah, she's a young woman back in, like, what, 13, 12, something young like that?
Had to be something like that. It was at 97, 98.
So crazy.
No, that's way too. No, like 90.
No, it's like 94, 95.
Yeah, 94 sounds right.
Let's see. We got a little thing called Google. 95.
Fair enough.
Fuck. 21 years ago. No.
31
That's
years
not
ago.
that. Wow. Math.
31 years ago.
Fuck. Yeah. That's a time capsule right there.
And honestly, there's a household of extremely fucking talented actors between her and her husband.
Right.
Like, holy shit. Begonia was great. And
yeah.
Jesse Plemons, he just plays that so fucking well.
But that's the thing, he can play anything, really. Like, you can't pigeonhole the man. But he does that type of character perfectly.
Right. And then fucking Civil War again. I forget about that great scene he's in. It's just
literally came in for the day, because someone else dropped out, and that's one of the most pivotal scenes that you think about, man. It's the big trailer moment.
I was about to say it's in every trailer is drawn from that scene. Like, fucking great,
dude. But I'm not gonna lie, if she gets to do half the shit that Seyfried did, like, I think a lot of people went to The Housemaid for Sydney Sweeney. But she was nothing. Seyfried was a fucking powerhouse performer in that movie. So I'm hoping that Dunst gets to do something like that in this. Like,
yeah.
But like I said, when I reviewed the movie here, I personally don't think we need a sequel for it. Like, because it's like, I don't want to spoil how it ends, but it's like, really? But I guess it's based on a book series, so clearly there's a need and want for it. And that movie made a fuckload of money. So yeah, good on her, man.
It's a natural progression of things, you know.
Right. All right. So moving on. Days after killing it at the box office, thanks to Project Hail Mary, Ryan Gosling has signed on to star in the Daniels' next movie. This will be their first movie since they won 7 Oscars for Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's not much known about what this movie is. It's kind of a mystery movie, but I feel like this is a match that makes sense. That movie was zany. He's really good living in this comedic sensibility, and he can do physical stuff. I don't know. How do you feel?
And he can adapt. Jesus, the guy wouldn't have the career if he couldn't actually pull off. His range is incredible.
Right.
And to be honest, he's probably got to the point, especially after Project Hail Mary, doesn't ever need to act again. He could retire tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and so clearly the man just has a passion for doing this, you know.
And his next movie, let's not shy past the fact, his next movie is a Star Wars movie where he's our main fucking character.
Yeah, which I'm still.
He's riding high.
Although I still want to understand better when and where this is, but I don't want to pick at that scab just yet. Let's just a lot
of speculation that this is after the Last Jedi, the last movie, right? Was that the Last Jedi? Yeah. Because rumor has it he's bringing this young boy to meet Rey to train. So maybe not, but that's what the rumors are. I don't know.
I see that, or it's another thing to fold into the that middle era, the Ahsoka Book of Boba Fett era, for Luke's version of the Jedi Academy.
True.
Before that fell.
That'd be good. That'd be a good way to get Hamill back in it, and that'd be a nice what the fuck moment. Oh, Luke's alive, still in this shit.
And then getting to actually live through more of that moment of when Ben fucked shit up. You know?
Right, dude.
When Ben dies and becomes Kylo.
Oh, that's the movie we need, man. That's what we're.
Hey, if you're excited for baddies from the Star Wars universe, Maul is coming up quick, and I'm
days away. What the 4th, right?
God, I think so.
All right, here's my pitch for you, man. I've been trying to do it on my own, but they're kind of weak. We should do weekly watch along, like together. You can fill me in on what's what. We can get some views. I don't know. I'm putting you on the spot, so fuck me. Sorry.
That could be fun.
Just saying, because that's a weekly release.
Before starting it, a quick little like rundown of what led up to these events before diving in, and then that'd be fun. Yeah, I love that corner of the world.
I'm definitely gonna do a watch along, but I'm like, if you could jump in there because you got the knowledge of those cartoons and where he's been, it'd be pretty dope, I think. But anyways, Ryan Gosling starring in a movie by the guys that did Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm slightly intrigued. I didn't love the movie, but I respect it for what it was. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sorry.
No, I would just reiterating. It's like the guy's clearly up for giving 100% into whatever he's on board with. So,
hell yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be entertaining, whatever it is.
I 100% agree with you. Speaking of Ryan Gosling entertaining audience members, when he was on, and by he, when fucking Gosling was on Josh Horowitz' Happy Sad Confused podcast, he was asked about potentially joining the MCU as Ghost Rider because he put it out in the ethers earlier in his other press junkets and whatnot. And Gosling said, some discussions have been had. It's a complicated situation. So how would you feel about if Gosling was our new Johnny Blaze?
See, that was going to be my first question but which Ghost Rider is he?
I believe Johnny Blaze.
It would be Johnny Blaze, so reestablishing that whole storyline.
I believe so.
That's cool. I'm still a little hurt that we never got to experience what could have been.
True.
With the third, there was what was going to be the third Ghost Rider.
I don't recall the first Ghost Rider, but I remember seeing it in theaters. But I loved Spirit of Vengeance. Like, it was just such a wacky, wild movie for a comic book sequel.
I think Nicolas Cage did a good job of being this guy.
Right?
He was good at this.
He was born for that role.
But I mean, I'm not to say homie couldn't do it.
True.
Because it's again, I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to fold this character in because this is very much of the Doctor Strange neck of the woods now. Mm-hmm. We're going back to the sorcery and spiritual. What do you call it?
Dark arts or
supernatural. Yeah. The supernatural Marvel universe.
I mean, that's what they've been talking about. Blade and Midnight Suns, and it makes sense.
Suns would be actually, yeah. If Midnight Suns is going to work, we want.
You should have a Ghost Rider there.
Yeah.
But I guess if we're talking Ghost Rider, do you think they could work? I think the complications would be the fact that wasn't Ghost Rider a Sony property? I assume maybe Marvel now has it back because, the Robbie Reyes, I believe, that character was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is the MCU. But do you think they get Cage back for Secret Wars? Does Ghost Rider factor in there?
That'd be cool. And then because then you just they could be Ghost Riders from different dimensions and all that shit. Like, you could have more than one. That's where you could probably bring over a Robbie Reyes and Johnny Blaze and have them all coexist instead of them just being separate or generational characters. But I don't know. The character's cool. I never read much of the comics, but I always liked when I was reading a comic and he was a guest in that one. Always made a badass.
Nice. I'm looking for it, man. I feel like whatever MCU does with it, like I think I want to say like our second or third season of the show, I was working on a production and someone was working in prep on there was going to be a Ghost Rider show. They were giving that the other character, like the one from S.H.I.E.L.D., his own show, but Kevin Feige shut that shit down because he wanted to do his own theatrical run. I think I talked about that years ago on the show, but we haven't heard anything since. But I feel like this is a property they don't want to rush. They want to take their time and get it just right, because I feel like not a lot of people loved the Nick Cage one as much as I think we might have liked.
Yeah, and it's definitely nostalgia too. And some of it I know comes off cheesy still, but I think there's still so much love for the character. The fandom for this specific character is pretty hardcore, just like a lot of a lot of these other. I don't even call them side characters. They've all had their own runs of comics.
B tier, C tier. Well, I guess that'd be more Guardians of the Galaxy and whatnot being the B tier. It's hard to tell, I guess, who belongs where nowadays. everyone has their own cluster of who's who in the hierarchy.
Yeah. And now that we're just opening the doors to a lot more stuff, it'd be good to dig deeper into characters instead of just revamping ones we already like or the ones that are already here. There's still plenty out there to enjoy. So
totally. And speaking of ones that we enjoy, Dennis, years after being shelved, Disney dumped WonderWoman onto Disney Plus. And as luck would have it, it turned out to be a critical darling. People loved it. It was a fantastic show. These two characters, our main characters, had chemistry together. Sadly, everyone assumed that it was a limited series and we'd never see Simon Williams or Trevor Slattery again. But Marvel just announced that they've ordered a second season of WonderWoman. And this kind of shocked people, I think, because nobody expected it. And I don't know. I think this is a smart move. Listen to your fans. Give them what they want.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I remember you were hyping this one up a lot.
Oh, dude.
It's still definitely on my queue. I'll have you know, though, I did actually go back. I finally realized to never watch the first season of Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
Almost have that done now. I'm almost caught up to the second season now. So
there we go.
This is on the list, too.
Dude, honestly, it's so easy to binge. It's like such a delightful show. Like, and that's the thing, like I said, I think this sat on the shelf for like 2 or 3 years, and they had zero, they thought it was going to be a flop. And they didn't market it either. And they just dumped it all at once. So it's like they had no faith in it. But fuck. And I the way the show ended, it's like, oh, how's this next season going to go? I feel like it might be different from the first season. But either way, seeing these guys back together, it's a hell of a ride.
Awesome.
But how you liking Daredevil?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's funny, though, because Bella and I both made the same comment that you can feel it's a different studio, even though it's the same cast and they're trying to shoot it the same way and they're trying to present it. Even like the theme song is like it's based on the original, but they've tweaked it. It's kind of what it feels like. Like the texture in the world. It's like I should be, this should be more familiar, but it is a little different. Some of the stylistic choices, like these shots of. Kingpin standing in his office looking down at the city, and then there's with the rioting or whatever celebrating breaking out, and Matt's walking down the street with super bright red lights flashing in his face, and it's all slow-mo. And there's moments that I'm like, I don't ever remember them hitting those notes quite as hard over at Netflix. They do it a little, but this they
didn't need those tactics.
Scale. Yes, it was a much bigger scale. Sometimes a little too pedantic, where I'm just like, okay, we see where this is going. Can we move it forward? The fact that I could be 7 episodes in and I've seen Matt fight 3 times is surprising, but I'm also like not mad at it because you're still keeping it interesting. I'm still entertained.
Yeah. It's funny. The second season just started up last week as of our recording. I feel like it's kind of the same for the first episode back. Like, it's like, all right, let's get to it. We know what happened last season. You're not going to reiterate. There's been a bit of a time jump. Let's get to it. And it just kind of crawls where I feel like the Netflix series would fucking hurtle themselves right at you.
Yeah. The like for season 1 Born Again opening episode, we get that really, really badass fight with Bullseye. And then it's like, oh, now we just kind of pump the brakes on all of that for a while. I'm like that, which at first I was like, all right, when are we getting back to it? But I was like, no, I get it for the story. And it's still interesting.
It's not a terrible story. No, it's just... I mean, I'll give it. It was better than the Defenders. I'll give it that. Defenders was so hard to watch.
That was rough. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't even. Please, let's just leave Iron Fist alone. I
mean, there's a lot of talk that he might come back, and it's like I get it. It's not his fault. It was the writing, but I don't know how you salvage that character. I mean, I feel like they. Yeah, Danny Rand. Let's not have him be this Game of Thrones guy. I guess. Yeah. Was it Finn Wolf? No, Finn Wolfhard's the Finn Jones. Finn Jones, I think, is his name. Yes. Yeah, good guy. Just not a good fit for that character. I don't think.
And then same with Luke Cage. I love season 1.
Season 1, Yeah, fantastic.
So fucking good.
Season 2, they dumbed him down. The writing was terrible. Yes. He was a laughable character. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah. Well, shit. The only saving graces left that have been able to jump over, I feel like, was Daredevil and then Jessica Jones. Just Kristen Ritter.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's hard to fuck with that. Like, although I feel like season 1 of Jessica Jones was great. Season 2 was season 3 a little forgettable in my opinion. Was there 3 or was it only 2 seasons? Whatever the last season I felt was slightly forgettable. I don't know. But she's a delightful actress, so it's like hard to not enjoy. But sorry, getting back to Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think my issue is season 1 started with a little bit of time jump, but the way they end season 2, there was a time jump. The way they ended season 1, it's like, oh, shit's about to get real. It's going to get dirty and messy. But then it just picks up and it's like, oh, that never happened. It feels like, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's my issue, but
very nearly there. No, it's all good.
Yeah,
all good.
I'm excited to hear you catch up. But Wonder Man, totally different. Doesn't feel like anything else really in the MCU, but it's so fucking delightful.
I've been pleasantly surprised when large franchises are willing to take that risk and offer up something different, and then it turns out, oh, this is a delight. I do really enjoy this.
Like... what other MCU movie do you hear jokes about Baby's Day Out? Like, you don't. You do hear.
Yeah,
and especially for people like us, there's a lot of inside baseball with like the way productions and casting and just a bunch of like, because it's more of like a business type shit. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop talking about that because we'll get to it at some point. But staying in the realm of Marvel. A little while ago, we reported that Jon Bernthal was writing and starring in a Punisher one-shot over at Disney+. We now know that it will be called Punisher One Last Kill. Not only that, but it will premiere on May 12th, which is just a week after the Season 2 finale of Daredevil Born Again, and about 2 months before Frank Castle pops up in Spider-Man Brand New Day. How do you feel about all that?
I love the Punisher's getting folded back into the universe and everything, and he's getting a more dedicated storyline focused on his perspective. Because his solo show I enjoyed.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And yeah, Jon Bernthal is just excellent at playing Frank Castle and adding the depth and emotion. And it's not just the violence, it's actual character development. And the one scene I've seen him in so far in Born Again was great. I mean, fuck. Even though he's not even getting in a fight, it's just the way he's talking to Matt was just
the presence. Yeah, yes. Like you can tell he's gone through shit, and we saw him go through shit in those 2 seasons. But he's gone through so much more. He's kind of beaten down a little bit.
Yeah, and then I think getting back to more of this, and then reminding as we see in the shows like Daredevil and the others, like you said, the lower tier heroes aren't fighting against the big cosmic supervillains. They're fighting against the real criminals that are living among, the civilians in town.
Yeah.
So I like these more quote unquote grounded characters as much as the bigger ones,
Yeah, they all have their place which serves a purpose to the world, to their community. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And I guess this is going to be the longest Marvel television special presentation, longer than Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas. So I think it's a little over an hour. Yeah, those were fun. Although I guess I didn't really care for the Guardians Christmas as much, but Werewolf by Night I thought was fucking fantastic.
Badass. Oh, yeah. We need more Man-Thing.
Right? That guy was a delight. But yeah, so in a couple of weeks, we're going to be seeing Frank Castle kicking ass again. And I love that title, One Last Kill. It's like, come on. You think fucking Punisher's going to be done after one more kill?
Right.
No way in hell. But fantastic title.
It does make me wish because there's all sorts of cool story arcs that they've explored in the comics. There was one a while back that the hardcore fans, forgive me, I don't remember how many hours it is, but it's like 10 hours to kill or 24 hours to kill or something like that, where he's going on some hit and gets injected with some sort of poison, some sort of agent that without the antidote, he will die. So he's just like, fuck it. I'm going to kill as many criminal organization heads, and I'm going to just go kill the worst of the worst.
That's pretty badass.
And he's just going full tilt as it's slowly starting to take over and break down his body. Only for then to, then he does come across the antidote and gets to survive at the last possible second. But,
so it's kind of like Crank, but a little more grounded and Frank Castle-y.
Yeah, but without the sex on a motorcycle in the middle of the street. Or
then I'm out.
No car battery to the tongue. Or the dumb shit like
Dennis Reynolds and drag on rollerblades.
Skydiving without a parachute.
What a franchise.
So fucking ridiculous things.
But I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool if that was adapted into a story for the Punisher for John to do. That'd be pretty badass. But hey, hopefully maybe this is good and we'll get more. Or we'll see him in more MCU movies, which would be a delight.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, his fate isn't fully sailed yet, I don't think. But speaking of faith being sailed, Dennis, Paramount has officially passed on Max Landis' treatment for G.I. Joe. Sources close to Paramount claim that Landis pitched a grounded spy thriller opposed to being a satirical action adventure. So, as far as we know it, this just leaves Danny McBride's treatment as our only possible G.I. Joe frontrunner to hit the big screen in the next couple of years.
Sorry, that just makes more sense to me, too, because I feel like someone Danny McBride's age also lived through peak G.I. Joe fandom and fame. So that's what you kind of want to base it around. They've already attempted the more badass, grounded G.I. Joe movie.
Twice. They've attempted twice.
And they genuinely don't do well.
Or 3 times. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe Retaliation, and then Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not going to lie, I did like Snake Eyes. That was kind of fun.
You say you like Snake Eyes more than even?
I don't recall the Marlon Wayans one, and I kind of like the one with Channing Tatum and Bruce Willis, they killed Channing. What was it him? I don't know. I like the Bruce Willis one a little bit more than the Marlon Wayans one, but it was still kind of lackluster, I guess, I'd say.
Yeah.
The sequel, I don't know.
But it's got big names in those fucking movies for them to just
fall apart. Yeah, and they had high expectations because that was like riding the high of Transformers being a behemoth at the box office. So it's like, all right, our next big franchise. And
that seemed like the next thing to do is then they could have crossed over not too long after that. But very different worlds at that point.
Tonally different for sure. But maybe in the future. They teased it at the end of the Beast Wars like movie, or the Beast Wars type movie. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. Hopefully, we'll hear a little bit more about Danny McBride because I know a few weeks ago we were like, "What the? You got 2 treatments going?" And all right, so it seems like maybe it's leaning that way. Hopefully it will work out. But don't worry, Dennis. We're not out of the franchise mode just yet. That's my boy and Daddy's Home director Sean Anders will be directing a feature film adaptation of the classic Hasbro board game, The Game of Life.
Because that immediately translates into... I'm just holding out hope for the Sorry movie. Or Uno, maybe Trouble.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hungry Hippos.
I
think there literally was an Uno movie. I thought there was like an Uno movie that was supposed to be like a trap house kind of action heist movie starring a rapper at one point. I thought they said like Kid Cudi or someone. My God. But I haven't heard anything about that in quite some time.
Wonder what happened to that.
Yeah.
Okay, Game of Life. Seriously, but seriously, what are we actually seeing on screen happen?
Yeah, because you asked me what we do. I don't fully remember. You spin a little thing and you go around and do shit.
You land on spaces. You draw cards that then dictate more movements. You're trying to. The original game. It's all of your life happiness is based on money. So you have to make it to the end of the board, and then the one who has the most cash and the most property value. And I think biggest family, like these are all factors that add up to whoever's happiest at the end.
So maybe in my eyes, maybe it's like a rat race type game, or like maybe it's like 2 best friends going at war, or neighbors at odds with each other about who's like, I don't know.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck are we watching? Or is it so stupid? It's going to be something super stupid, like it's some competitive world of playing the board game.
Oh, could be.
Like kind of like the way Barbie.
Yeah.
It exists in the world, but it is still like a product that is
all right.
enjoyed,
No, here's my. If they don't go with that, here's my pitch for you, Dennis. They do what they did with the Tetris movie. It's all about the invention of the game, and it's like a political thriller.
Oh, I liked that movie. That was
a great movie.
Cool.
But I don't see that happening with the game live.
And I'm also not as intrigued by the story of how that can be nearly as much as what it took for Tetris to get made.
Right. God, I should rewatch that movie.
But then again, we always make this joke when we start talking about board game movies. How could Rock'em Sock'em Robots be a movie? But then they fucking did it. So.
Yeah. And then they're actually planning on doing it again, but not calling it Real Steel.
But Hugh Jackman's still going to be in it playing one of the robots.
Hey, why not? He needs the work. Boy. But I mean, I'm happy that they're taking swings and doing things. I was going to say that's original, but this isn't original. It's IP based. Yeah. But it's like how loosely do you call this? I don't know. All right, let's get out of this. Let's get out. I feel dirty talking about this.
Yeah.
After reviving the Naked Gun franchise, The Lonely Island's Akiva Schaffer is directing a Cinderella spin-off titled Stepsisters. Akiva will also rewrite the script with Dan Greger and Doug Mand. Greger and Mand also helped Schaffer write both Chippendale Rescue Rangers and the aforementioned Naked Gun reboot. The film will focus on the evil stepsisters who abused Cinderella and got their own when her foot fit in the slipper. This doesn't intrigue me, but the pedigree of having Akiva Schaffer come in, I feel like he has this really sharp, witty, dumb sensibility that could make this work.
Yeah.
And look, everyone loved The Ugly Stepsister, which was kind of in that vein.
Yeah, I like that a lot. But that's also, I enjoyed the tone of that one because it was willing to go so far.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, giving it a Disney release, isn't this going to be something more like what's the Amy Adams one where she comes to?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say Spirited.
Enchanted.
Yeah. Enchanted. Is that what it's called? It's something like that.
Enchanted? No.
Ella. They had Ella something. I think it's just Enchanted. Yeah. Oh no, Enchanted was that terrible movie that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Let's just Amy Adams princess movie. Let's see.
Enchanted.
It's something. All right, so it was Enchanted.
You were right.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
The fuck was that? Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. Would it be like her before she comes out and goes in the real world? I don't know. And will it connect to? Didn't they do a live action Cinderella already? Like, I don't know.
I think, like, if I had to guess, this one would play a lot more cheeky, like the other movie that was mentioned.
Yeah.
You got to keep it a lot lighter.
Because
even laugh at them and not feel bad for them, so it needs to
true.
be...
Yeah, they're going to be our main characters. Like they'll be the ones who are out. Maybe she was bitchy to them. We didn't see that side, but I mean, they did some pretty dark and twisted, fucked up things with Chippendale Rescue Rangers. The Lonely Island guys. So I'm like, maybe this will do what they did for that to princesses in the Disney universe.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
I do like this alternate perspective of a story we know well, though. It is fun to play around with those elements.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, all right. Up next, I don't have any really affinity for this next one, but maybe you might. A24 has hired I May Destroy You creator Michelle Coel to write and direct a reboot of the classic Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Bloodsport. Do you have any interest in Bloodsport?
I haven't seen it in years. It's one of those, like, I'm definitely part of that peak martial arts movie era from the...
Because wasn't this
80s,
like an
90s,
MMA movie almost, I think, in a way?
Pretty much, yeah. But before it was acknowledged.
It was a thing, yeah.
Because I know there were so many that were made like this, though. But yeah, of course, this is probably one of the biggest ones. All I can see in my head is that final fight where he's got like sand thrown in his eyes and he's just like sensing where the fucking dude is. And this peak Jean-Claude Van Damme, though, easily.
Nice. But I feel like a studio like A24 doing it is kind of intriguing. And I don't know this showrunner who did I May Destroy You, but I've heard good things about the show.
I think, yeah, it's one of those. I think they're gonna be able to run with it in a direction they probably didn't think they could back then. Probably even more graphic, like the shows we were just talking about. Even Daredevil, an example. The way you could break people's bones can be so gnarly. That's what I'd want to see. If A24 took this title and ran with it, then let's really fucking go for it.
Yes, I'm with you on that. But yeah, so I'm kind of intrigued. Like, maybe this will get me to watch this first one. I mean, it's a movie I've heard people mention here and there. I never got on the JCVD train, but hey, maybe this could be the one get me there. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, all right. Up next, The Late Show might be coming to an end soon, but luckily Stephen Colbert won't be unemployed for too long. Thanks to Peter Jackson, New Line Cinema, and Warner Brothers, Colbert has been hired alongside his son to write a sequel to The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, alongside the original trilogy's writer, Philippa Boyens. It'll be titled The Lord of the Rings, Shadow of the Past. It's set 14 years after the passing of Frodo. Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace their first steps on that first adventure they did together. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter, Eleanor, has discovered a long-buried secret and is determined to uncover why the War of the Rings was very nearly lost before it even begun. So technically, it's a sequel, but it'll also act as a prequel because the main focal point of this film will be based on Fogs of the Barrow Downs, which is the 8th chapter in the Fellowship of the Rings. I feel like that was a lot I just said there, but let's dissect it. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we've proven time and time again, if you get someone who's been a lifelong fan of an IP, they're going to have some excellent insight as to what the fandom's going to want to see and hear when diving back into this world. So I think that sounds like a great hit. The guy is extremely talented in his own writing his own stuff. The dedication he's shared on his various shows of how much he loves Lord of the Rings. Why not?
Yeah, token fanatic. Yeah.
So I think it's a natural progression of things. Good for him, by the way, already nailing a pretty badass job right out the gate.
Yeah. And apparently they've been developing this for the past 2 years before they announced it. So it's a moving train.
Nice. Yeah, it's there's so much lore in that world and the other books and things. I only ever read a couple of them. It's just they're just not quite my pace.
Totally.
I don't mind.
It's like reading the Bible, man. Getting all 3 books of the Lord of the Rings alone. I guess the other one's a little shorter, but they're thick as fuck, man.
Right.
Dense storytelling.
And then you start throwing in all the rest, the Silmarillion, the Hobbit, the fucking others. I know there's other collected unfinished works that are published, like all of that shit. But it's cool because there's so much there to go off of, and there's so much left. Like I never touched the Amazon series. Although
I watched like maybe an episode or 2, but people like it.
Yeah,
people say it's good, and they spend a fuckload of money on it. And the other thing that works here that I like is the fact that Jackson is going to be producing this, so it's like, all right, it's still in the family, and the original screenwriter of the original trilogy is working with him, Colbert and his son. So it's like, it's not just these 2 people who have never written in the world of the Middle Earth, but it's in good hands. I feel like
exactly. I agree.
So I'm intrigued. I wonder though. We did learn that The Hunt for Gollum was the beginning of a new trilogy. I wonder if this fits into that trilogy or if this is its own separate path. I don't know.
I feel like separate because we're talking about very different points in time.
Yeah, true.
He's got it. By the time the Colbert written story is happening, Gollum's been dead for a while. but
the trick here is the fact that we're going to see flashbacks to that 8th chapter of the Fellowship of the Ring, so there's still technically that's what true. It's like. That's what gets me. It's interesting. It's like, are you going to recreate that stuff, or is it? And are we getting all our main? Are we getting Sam, Merry, and Pippin that we know, or are we recasting? I'd hope we'd get the original Hobbits.
I don't know. They're also. It's been.
Yeah. They've changed a bit.
I think it's okay. I'm kind of in the camp because I feel this way about Star Wars too. I'm not afraid of you recasting legacy characters. I don't expect Mark Hamill to look like 22-year-old Mark Hamill for his whole life.
True.
I'm okay with Sam, Merry, and Pippin. If we get different actors to play those characters, just say their names a few times so the audience can really fucking drill in. Like, oh, by the way, this isn't who you're used to seeing, but that's okay.
Fair enough.
We need to because then it starts to become a dangerous thing of then properties never advance. They're afraid to go forward if you can't just keep bringing Harrison Ford back for everything.
That's true.
He doesn't even you can't Star Wars, man. Come on.
I feel like he came around to it before they killed him off. Spoiler alert, folks. So that is gonna do it for our news section of the show, folks. If you have any takes on any of the things we've talked about, please leave your comments in the comments section down below and let us know what you think about all these different articles.